Hello friends, as always, we did the book, now it's time for the workbook. American English File, 2nd edition, Book 2, Part 2C, One Dark October Evening. Okay, the first exercise is the grammar, time sequences. Okay, I need you to read this article and circle the correct words or phrases. For example, one summer I decided to travel to Peru. The rest is for you. Exercise B. Look at each group of sentences. Complete each sentence with so, because, but, or although. The connectors. Do you remember? Now, stop the video and do it. All right. Check your answers with your friends. Very good. So let's do it together. Me and you. One summer, I decided to travel to Peru. I flew to Lima and then traveled to a town near Machu Picchu to spend the night. The next day, I climbed the mountain to visit the monument. I was tired when I reached the top. Suddenly, I saw a man who was in my English class back home. 2 minutes later, he came over to speak to me and he was just as surprised as I was. After that, we decided to travel together. We had a great summer and we continued seeing each other back home. In fact, we got married 2 years later and now we have a beautiful daughter called Hannah. Nice story. Now, exercise B. For example, number 1A. Linda ran to the train station because she was very late. B. Linda was very late, so she ran to the train station. C. Although Linda ran to the train station, she was too late and she missed the train. Okay. Number 2. A. Although we couldn't hang out, we had a really good afternoon at home. B. It was raining, so we stayed home. C. We stayed at home last Sunday because it was raining. Very good. And exercise number 3. A. The tickets were really expensive, but they managed to sell them all in an hour. B. Although the tickets were really expensive, they sold them all in an hour. C. They sold the tickets quickly because the concert was very popular. Well done. You did very good. Okay, now we have an exercise on vocabulary. You rewrite the sentences using the words in the parentheses. So, but, although, you know it. And match the words and phrases together. For example, Jake and Beth met D in a cafe, right? Very good. Now stop the video and do it. Very good. Now check your answers with your partner. Well done. All right. It's my turn now. All right, number 1 is done. So number 2, I had a great vacation in Egypt, although I can't speak Arabic. But, with but you have to write it. I can't speak Arabic, but I had a great vacation in Egypt. Number 3, I don't really like Ryan, but I went to lunch with him. I went to lunch with Ryan, although I don't really like him. Number 4, I called the police because the door to my apartment was open. The door to my apartment was open, so I called the police. The result. Jim has a lot of money, but he's really cheap. With although. Jim's really cheap, although he has a lot of money. Number 6. Mary couldn't find her bag, so she canceled her credit cards. With because. Mary canceled her credit cards because she couldn't find her bag. Very well. Now the next exercise, number 2. He played G, her favorite song. Number 3. She left F, the cafe, very late. Number 4. He waited B for her at the door. Number 5. She gave H, him, her phone number. Number 6. He invited A, her to dinner. Number 7. He took her E to a new restaurant. And number 8. They had C, a wonderful evening. Well done, everyone. You did perfect. Okay, now, you remember this, the pronunciation, 2-syllable words and the stress. Yeah? Okay, now I need you to put these words in the right column. First syllable stressed, for example, after. Second syllable stressed, across, right? Do it. Okay, now I need you to listen and check. Okay, let's do it.
File 2C, Pronunciation B. 1. First syllable stressed.
After. Awful. Birthday. Evening. Perfect. Restaurant. Second.
2. Second syllable stressed.
Across. Again. Although. Because. Invite.
Okay, well done. Now these are the answers, as you can see. After, awful, birthday, evening, perfect, restaurant, second. And the second syllable, again, although, because, invite. Just like always, you never cease to amaze me. Well done. Okay, last one was a good exercise. Now, your favorite, reading. A lucky escape. Read this story and number the paragraphs in the right order. This is on you. This is the first paragraph. One day last November, Liz Douglas decided to go grocery shopping. She drove to the supermarket and spent the morning doing her weekly shopping. She paid for her groceries, went back to the parking lot, and put the shopping bags on the back seat of the car. Then she started to drive home. This is the first paragraph. Read the rest and number the paragraphs in order. This is on you. I'm gonna wait for you.
A few minutes later.
Oh, you're back. All right. So let's do the rest together. Which one is the second paragraph? Okay. 10 minutes later, it began to rain. Soon, Liz found it hard to see out of the front windshield. There was a lot of water on the road, so she drove more slowly. Although Liz was an experienced driver, she felt afraid. Okay. 3. Okay. Suddenly, she lost control of the car. She saw a telephone pole in front of her and braked. She closed her eyes and hoped that the airbags in the car would inflate. Unfortunately, they didn't. Okay, 4. However, Liz was lucky. When she braked, a loaf of bread flew out of one of the shopping bags. The car turned over and the loaf of bread landed between Liz's head and the roof of the car. It stopped her head from hitting the car roof. Oh, so lucky. And the last paragraph, an hour later, firefighters cut Liz out of the car. She went to the hospital, but the doctor sent her home because she didn't have any serious injuries. Her head was fine, and she only had a few cuts and bruises. Her son went to collect the groceries from the car and gave the loaf of bread to his mother. Now she's going to keep it as a souvenir. Nice, souvenir of an accident. Now everybody, there are some highlighted words. I need you to check them in your dictionary or Google Translate and tell it to your partner. Well done. You did very good so far. Okay, I have my headphones. That means it's time to listen. Listen to a radio program about people who had lucky escapes. Mark the sentences true or false. Okay. This is on you. Let's listen.
File 2C, Listening.
Hello and welcome to the program. Today, we're looking at lucky escapes, and Nick Williams from the news desk is here to tell us some amazing stories. Nick?
Hi, Gloria. Well, my first story is about a tourist who fell into a volcano. Maureen Evison was walking at the top of the Teide volcano in Tenerife when she tripped and fell. She fell 80 feet until she hit a tree, which stopped her fall and saved her life. The rescue operation took nearly 4 hours, and after that, Maureen spent 2 months in the hospital before she could go home.
Lucky Maureen! What else do you have for us?
Joseph Rabidou had a lucky escape when he was at home watching TV. Joseph was sitting on the floor, so his father told him to go and sit on the sofa. 5 minutes later, a truck crashed into their living room and threw the family television into the air. The TV then landed on the exact spot where Joseph had been on the floor before.
What a lucky escape! Do you have any more?
Yes, just one more for now. One Saturday morning, Barry McRoy was leaving a cafe when 2 men came in. The men were fighting, and one of them had a gun. The man fired, and the bullet hit Barry in the chest. Luckily, he had a DVD in the pocket of his jacket at the time, and the DVD stopped the bullet. Barry McRoy is a very lucky man.
Absolutely. So now it's time for you, the listeners, to call in and tell us about your own experiences. And here's our first caller.
Okay, well done. Now, everybody check your answers with your partner. Okay. So, Maureen Evanson was on vacation when this accident happened. True. Number 2, she was in the hospital for 4 months. No, 2 months. False. Joseph Rabidou was sitting on the floor when the accident happened. False. He was sitting on the floor before the accident, then he changed the location, changed the place. The truck hit the TV. True. Barry McRoy was drinking coffee when the fight happened. False. The DVD was in his jacket pocket. True. Okay, now these are some words that you can use. Anniversary, break, perfect, as usual, cross the street, bridge street, happy ending, just in time, madly in love, until the last minute. And that's the episode for today. It was a good practice. It's fun with me and you, but it's never enough. Every single day. Remember. See you.